Welcome or welcome back, I'm Inès, and in a few days I'm going to be attending this book reading party. Actually, okay, the reading party is today, but I had to refilm this part, so we're just going to pretend. There was a bunch of stuff I wanted to do before attending the reading party. Mainly, we read the two first books, read short stories set into this world, read Jane Eyre, watch Pride and Prejudice, a bunch of stuff. And so because this is going to be a few days of book reactions, reading update, going to bookstores, going to a Paris event, I thought we could spend these days together. First, if you're not familiar with the Unselected Journals of M.Lion by Beth Brower, let me introduce you because I read this series last year and it is now my favorite series, probably ever. So each book is a journal written by the main character Emma. And Emma is absolutely hilarious and witty and opinionated, and there's friendship, there's love, there's mystery, there's all the good stuff in this series, please trust me. And without saying too much, this is also the best found family. So because these are journals, you absolutely have to read them in order. And they take place in 1883 in London, but in the fictional neighborhood of St. Crispian. So this is Victorian era. There are currently 8 books out. We are waiting for number 9, and there should be around 20 to 25 books, which might sound a lot, but I swear, please trust me, when you'll read this, you'll want hundreds of these. And finally, I personally read them on Kindle, but I heard the audiobooks are really amazing. When I received the invitation for the reading party, I was so happy. I immediately reread the first one and annotated also. But I also knew I needed to make it something a little bit bigger, so that's why I'm making this video today. One of Emma's favorite books is actually Jane Eyre, so I obviously bought it right after finishing the series. And I started it in February. I actually started reading and annotating it back in February, but I got distracted by reading challenges and stuff. I think I got around to 50 pages, something like that. And so yesterday I picked it back up and I first went on a walk listening to the audiobook, and then I went to a cafe to continue reading it. So this is not my favorite cafe, but I just need a quick change of scenery, and it is near me, it is convenient, and so this is where we are going right now. Okay, so I had quite a good time. I definitely needed the change of scenery, but I don't think I will go to this place again, at least not to read, because there was some house music and it was so loud that I couldn't focus. I had to put on my earbuds and Noah Khan was playing. But actually it was a bit distracting, and Jane Eyre is not the easiest book to read, at least not for me, and so I didn't read that much, but I'm still glad I went. I think I am now on chapter 12, and we just heard for the first time of Mr. Rochester. I don't know a lot about Jane Eyre, I just know this is the love interest, I think. I don't think I'll be able to read much tonight, but I'm still going to try to read at least a few chapters. And I'm now on page 178, and the only thing I can think about is that this man would have definitely started a podcast. He truly loves to hear himself, I think. Also, if English is not your native language, yes, the book is a little bit harder to read. There are terms and vocabulary I don't have, but I can also see that this is truly beautifully written. And this is really nice to read, actually. I had a bit of a hard time at the beginning, but I'm quite invested. I also really like the audiobook. There are 3 audiobooks of these books because it is an old book and it is now public domain. And so you have a lot of resources. Most of the ebooks are free. I bought this copy for like €2. So this is, if you want to read it, there are a lot of really cheap ways to do it. I also really like the fact that while I'm reading, I'm like searching for Emma's reaction. Like I find myself thinking of Emma's reaction while reading the book. And this is truly funny because Emma is a fictional character, so I'll probably never know. But I feel like this adds emotional depth to my reading, and so I'm having a great time. So I read about 50 pages this morning and I am now more than halfway through it. And I must admit, I didn't thought I would be this invested. Like, I'm quite devouring it. The audiobook is really good. I like listening to it while doing my nails, doing other stuff. It's really fun to listen to. But I'm also having a fun time still annotating it a little bit. The last chapters, I'm on chapter 22, and the last chapter, chapter 21, was filled with insults. Probably the funniest and better insults I've read. I don't know if it's supposed to, but it's actually a funny book sometimes. I'm not used to read much classics anymore, but it feels like a treat somehow. It's really good. Anyway, I'm about to go on a hike right now with my boyfriend and my dog. And I was packing my bag, so I thought it would be the perfect time to update you. And I'll see you later because I think tonight I'm going to watch Pride and Prejudice. I'm back and it was absolutely lovely, and now it is time to watch Pride and Prejudice. This actually started back in December when I read M.Lion, and then my entire For You page was just like historical fiction, Pride and Prejudice edit, Jane Eyre, all of the stuff. And so I realized I had only seen the Pride and Prejudice movie and never the series. And then when I tried to find it online, I couldn't find it anywhere, no platform, nothing. And so as one does, I was ranting about it to my best friend, and a few days later she sent me this with sweetest word: fuck streaming platform, I hope you love young Colin Firth. But not only she got me the DVD, she also got me a DVD player because I had nothing to watch it on. So I know I have the best friends. And because I am the worst, I actually didn't watch it until today, but today is the perfect time, and so we're going to start it. I just saw it was like 5 hours, so we might not watch it entirely today, but we're still going to start it. I just spent 1 hour trying to make the DVD player work, and it used to work perfectly well. Just today, when I don't have much time, wouldn't work, but I finally got it right. It's not the setup that I wanted, but it will have to do.
Sir William, je suis ravi de vous voir.
Quick Jane Eyre update. Yesterday I was at work, but I was able to listen to the audiobook a little bit and read on my break, so I think I read around 100 pages, and I knew there was going to be drama, but I was not expecting that at all. Also, I kinda hate that man, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to feel that way about it or not. And so I might need to report back on it. Anyway, I'm currently, I think, on chapter 33. I have less than 100 pages left and I really want to finish it today. I have my cup of tea right here, so I'm good to go. We're going to start reading session number 1. Reading session number 2. I only have 50 pages left and I think I'm going to one-shot it. Also, I'm not sure what's happening in the story. I really want to shake her. I want to grab her, shake her, and just... What the hell are you doing, girl? I'll see you when I finish it, okay? Okay, so I have just finished it and I have quite mixed feelings. First, I really like how she's an independent queen, and even more at the end. I think that's a really nice ending for her character. But also, I'm not sure about the love story because he's kind of rude. He's like rude the entire time, and she can't stop telling him that he's ugly. So I'm not sure. Maybe there's something I'm not getting, but I'm not quite sure about the love story. When I say I have mixed feelings, it's because I quite enjoyed reading it. I quite enjoyed the setting, but at the same time, I'm not sure what I really enjoyed about it. There were some beautiful quotes, obviously, and Jane is such an interesting character. She has such... I'm not gonna say a modern view on things, but she is quite ahead of her time, that's for sure. But I was thinking about the relation between Jane Eyre and Emma, and I think I was more focused about the love story, and it is not that. I think what really influenced Emma is her feminism, because Emma is definitely that kind of character. Her independence, mostly that she wants to be her own person, she wants her own life, she wants to be her own mistress, and I think this is where stands the parallel with Emma. And I really like how I think reading this book actually made me understand Emma more. I think I might need to sleep on it a few days and maybe watch some reviews or something, because I like getting other people's point of view from these kind of books. So I might report back. Oh yes, this is it for now for Jane Eyre. When I tell you I love this series with my entire heart, I'm really not lying, because back when I finished it in December, I was so unable to move on that I discovered that the author has a Substack, in which she posts, I think, monthly newsletter, but also short bonus stories set in M.Lion's world. And the entire thing is really cute because it is presented as the town's gazette, so St. Crispian's Gazette. And so instead of reading every story available, I decided to bind them. And so I took every one of the short stories and I formatted the work so it could look like a little book. And so this is what it looks like. This up, you can see every gazette. In the bookbinding community, this is called a typeset, and so I did it quite simply. I just did the big title, 2 columns, and the page numbers. But I also found like a map of the neighborhood, and so I put it first, and then you can find all of the gazettes and all the short stories. I hope one day I can typeset it in a real book format and maybe even bind it like a real book. But for now, it's in a cute little folder. And I just finished, as of yesterday, printing the last stories. Also, because I haven't read everything, I think I might take like the first half to read on the train. And also, now that I've finished Jane Eyre, I also reread the first M.Lion last week. And so I think I'm just going to read the volume 2. It's right there. Maybe I will read it. It's really short also. It's like 200 pages, maybe even less. Because like I told you, I was said the audiobooks were really great. So I think I'm just going to try one. I saw it was available on Spotify, and this is just the platform I have. It's, I think, only a 4 hours like audiobook. Also, I don't think I said anything about the release party tomorrow, because fun fact, I was not in fact invited at first. I just saw the first 2 books were going to be released in France, because this is where I am at the end of June, and so I just emailed the publisher and I was like, hey, sorry, this is my favorite series, do you have anything planned? I'm not living in Paris, but I would be okay to just go for the day for the event. And so they sent me an invite, and so I am now going to the release party of M.Lion, and the event is going to be in one of the most beautiful neighborhood of Paris in a tea-room. And I googled it, and it was so perfect. I'm so happy to being able to go. Today is finally the day of the M.Lion release party in Paris. The event is not until 6 p.m, but I took the entire afternoon to stroll around Paris, go to different stores, bookstores. I have my train at 1 p.m. Now I think I just have time to finish getting ready and maybe show you what I packed for today. And so this is the dress I chose for today. I almost bought another one. I'm going to show you. She was really cute, but I ended up not buying it because it was a bit expensive for just one event. My hair is always and forever frizzy, but I'm still happy with the result. And so this is what I packed for today. So first off, we have this Cézanne tote bag, which I really love, but it's not really secure for Paris. So I just put my Longchamp, my very old Longchamp Le Pliage inside, so I can close everything and my stuff is a little bit more secure. First off, I have a water bottle, my hiking water bottle, but it's going to be 30 degrees today in Paris, so I might want to drink a bit of water, you know. First off, the cool stuff. I obviously took my M.Lion copies, and I did not choose the paperbacks series I show you because I also have 2 other books from this series I really love. First one is the hardback edition. I only bought the first one for now because it is quite expensive to own both editions, but I really love it. It's so beautiful. It's the indie edition, so I think it will still continue to exist, maybe in the US, but in the UK it will be a different cover. But I choose this because just imagine if the author is here and she might be able to sign it. And I'm also going to bring the UK ARC I received. I don't know, it doesn't have a special design, but I really like it, and it's special to me because I actually requested it. I really wanted to own this one. So this one is the 1 and 2 in ARC, and so I'm taking both of these guys with me for today. I'm just protecting them in this little Illumicrate sleeve. I'm also taking a notebook with just a regular pen notebook. It's always an essential. I'm also taking the little folder with the short stories because I really want to read them today. So it's a bit heavy, but I think it will be worth it. Then I have a makeup pouch, a regular makeup pouch. I didn't put anything yet besides lip crayon. I'm going to take my mic. I'm also going to take spare battery, wallets, obviously, sunglasses because it's going to be a beautiful day today, tissues, earbuds, and just a pocket mirror if we need it. And I think that will be enough because it will already be heavy enough to carry all day around Paris. But yes, this is what I'm bringing. Okay, so first step of the trip is actually to listen to the audiobook of M.Lion 2 on my way to the train station. I really wanted to go back to my favorite bookstore, Shakespeare and Company, but there's a huge line and I don't think I'm gonna be patient enough to just wait my turn. I think we're going to move on to spot number 2. Spot number 2 is Smith & Son. I only went to the really popular Smith & Son, which is near Le Jardin des Tuileries, but I heard opened a new one in this neighborhood, so... The store was really small and crowded, and it was so hot in here, but they had such a good selection. Like, they literally have every book I could think of, and I wanted to buy everything, but I only got one because first pricey, then heavy. I just got the correspondent because since I'm reading Emma, I'm really craving like journal entries, and while these won't be journal entries, these are letters. Like, this entire book is made of letters. I feel like it's close enough. I forgot to tell you, but in the train I finished all of the short stories I had took with me, and there's one in particular that's so special. It's about Pierce. If you don't know who it is, you might have to read the series now to know. But if you have read the series, please just go to a Substack just to catch this one, because this one is from his point of view.
Une passion.
Aux observations si affûtées qu'il m'a semblé presque trop dangereux de boire quoi que ce soit à portée de leur plaisanterie.
I just got out. It was such a fun event. Started with a word from the publisher, and then there was actors that played little scenes from book 1. Then there was a scrapbooking workshop, which was just fun to do. I got the opportunity to talk with the editor and the translator, and that was such interesting conversations. So, yes, I really had a great time. I went the next day, and I think yesterday I walked like 17 kilometers and I got home past midnight. So today I'm really tired, but I just wanted to show you the French editions I got at the event. So first one, this is the first one. There's like, the jacket is, I don't know how you say that. And then we have the second one, yellow, like that. Same kind of jacket. Also, we got a little notebook in which I actually did the scrapbooking. I showed you, but this is it. And then we just got a bookmark, a really cute bookmark, and 2 gazettes from St. Crispian's. If you read the book, you will understand. But really fun. And I think there was a pen, just a regular pen. Yes, property of M.Lion. And to conclude this video, we're just going to send the first M.Lion to a friend of mine. I'm just going to try to make a cute package because I want to include the bookmark from the French editions. I also wrote her a little note. I added some tea, obviously some tea for M.Lion, and this is my favorite brand of tea. And finally, just a cute little stickers. And so I'm just going to try to make something a little pretty. I wanted like to look like this, almost with a ribbon. I just moved so you could see with more natural light, but I think I did something pretty good. It's not bad actually. like it's cute. I'm just going to post it tomorrow, and thank you to everyone who stayed this long, and I'll see you soon.